and say, everyone, welcome to the ACE event, Atlassian community event for Brisbane. My name's Ash Pitt. I'll be moderator for this session. Just a couple of housekeeping things. You guys probably hear this all the time, but obviously if you're not on mute, please put yourself onto mute while our presenters are presenting. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them into the chat and then we can circle back on them afterwards. But outside of that, I'm going to pass over to Patrick and Khrystyna to introduce themselves, and they can talk about the awesomeness of Atlassian and Microsoft and how that all works. So guys, over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ash. Khrystyna, should I start with the presentation, introduce myself, and then hand over to you after the presentation? Or do you want? Yeah, okay, great. Okay. So let me share my screen right away. No. Okay. Now everybody can see the presentation, right?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, thanks again for the intro, Ash and Kit, and for the opportunity to hold a presentation today at this amazing Atlassian community about the topic Smarter ITSM with Microsoft 365 and Jira Service Management. And let me check. So before I dive into the topic, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Patrick, partner manager at yasoon, and I'm mainly responsible for the coordination with Atlassian solution partners, as well as supporting them and their customers in implementing our app. And it is very interesting to mention that we see a large growth in the JSM area among our customers in the last couple of years, which has resulted in one of our strongest use cases, which I would like to tell you more about today. So yasoon is a German-based company with around 20 employees divided in business and development team, which is located in Mannheim, a beautiful city in the south of Germany. And here are a few numbers about yasoon. We have a strong focus on our development. Oh, no, sorry. Was it? Oh, yeah. All right. So for over a decade now, we have been providing apps on the Atlassian marketplace, and I think that more than 10,000 customers are proof enough that we must do something right. In addition, we are very proud to have achieved the Atlassian Platinum Marketplace status, which is a testament to our commitment to deliver high-quality solutions and great customer service. So yeah, as you can see here is our main app, Microsoft 365 for Jira, and our aim is to integrate software worlds of Microsoft 365 and the Jira products. This means that on one hand, we optimize Jira issues and support tickets with Microsoft features, and on the other hand, we extend Microsoft tools with Jira features. And I will show exactly what this looks like in a live demo later in this presentation. Another important piece of information, we are a cloud-first company, meaning that all of our new features are initially developed for Jira Cloud and made available for data center instances with a small time delay. And now let's jump into the topic. When we think about service ticketing, what's the first thing that comes in mind? I guess we've all been there. The laptop crashes, we can't remember the Wi-Fi password, or one of my favorites, the printer is not working. And usually there are a lot of communication channels used for support. You can always reach out to the service agents in person, write an email, or make a quick call. And of course, many companies have a service portal for raising requests, but this variety of channels brings up a lot of challenges. So let's take a closer look at it. Support agents want to work with support tickets centrally to track, document, and meet service level agreements. However, requests come in from various channels, as I mentioned before, making it difficult to manage and provide quality support. Manual documentation, such as capturing phone calls, copying information from emails or chats into the ticket, are added to the agent's workload. As a result, tickets pile up, agents are overwhelmed, while customers expect fast and professional support. And of course, this is a well-known problem, and there are many approaches to solving these challenges. And one of them is called conversational ticketing, which has been invented by Atlassian. But what's behind this term? Here's a quote from the Atlassian homepage. Conversational ticketing is support that happens in real time between a support professional, a user, on a chat platform like Slack or Microsoft Teams. It's fast, human, and easy. So basically, the idea is to combine all existing channels into one single platform. You have a fast and personal conversation via chat. You can call your colleagues in just a few clicks. And the most important aspect here is that you have the possibility to integrate your service portal right into the chat platform. And looking at these numbers, it becomes even clearer that Microsoft 365 with Microsoft Teams is a solid foundation and here to stay. These are very recent numbers released by Microsoft. So over 1 million organizations are using Microsoft Teams as their default messaging platform, resulting in 300 million active users, which is quite impressive. And these are the reasons why we have decided to realize the potential to integrate Jira Service Management with Microsoft 365. Now the exciting part. How can Microsoft 365 and Jira Service Management be connected in a powerful way? And this is where our app comes in. With Microsoft 365 for Jira, we offer a deep integration between Microsoft 365 and Jira Service Management. And we truly believe that our solution is one of the best possible ways to improve the customer experience on one side and the support processes on the other side. And now I would like to show you our app in action. All right, I think everybody can see my Microsoft Teams window, right? Okay, so in this demo, I'll take on two different roles. And I would like to start with Miriam, who is part of the marketing team and a designer. As she recently had a lot of problems with her laptop, she needs support from the service team. And with our integration, she can access the company service desk directly within Microsoft Teams here on the top level, next to calls, calendar, Teams, chats, activity. Because we think that's a very great place for customers or Microsoft Teams power user, to access the service desk without switching programs. And the good thing here is that we take all over the configuration which are already made in Jira Service Management. So the setup is very straightforward. So all the request types, custom fields are taken over. And let me quickly create the ticket. Let's say the laptop crashes. And similar to the native service deck, we also suggest knowledge base articles from Confluence based on the information of the summary field. So in best case, the customer can solve the problem by themselves. And I already have tried to turning it off and on again, but it's still crashy. Support needed. Let's quickly serial number. And in just a few clicks, the ticket is created. So now I have also a my request tab. There I get an overview of all the tickets I have raised in the past. And I even can click on the ticket here, see the current status. And for example, in case I was able to resolve the ticket by myself, I could do a status change here. So this is the entry point. And now let's switch to the agent side. Let's reload it. So now I'm Pradeep, a service agent in this company, and I already received the ticket from Miriam. So on the technical perspective, there is no difference between raising the ticket via the web portal or the one in Microsoft Teams. And as you can see, this is probably a ticket which every agent loves. So due to missing information, I need to contact Miriam again so I can start working on the ticket. And to speed things up, I don't want to reply via the comment function here, because then I will send out an email. And I know that Miriam is a power Microsoft Teams user, so I want to start a chat with her. And this is easily possible with our integration. As you can see here, I can now start a conversation. And here I have two different options. I can start a channel conversation. So for example, I'm not sure how to solve this ticket, to continue working on it. I can easily say, hey, I want to post the ticket into a dedicated support channel where all my colleagues from the support team are involved or a member. So I can triage the ticket, get some assistance, and continue working on it. But in this example, I want to start a chat with Miriam. And since she is the creator of the ticket, she is already pre-selected. And let me quickly write her a message. And as you can see here, our app recognizes if this is a chat with a customer, or I can also say, hey, I want to start a chat with one of my colleagues from the support team. And then this is marked as an internal communication. What I also can do is to choose who should be able to access the chat within the support ticket. So in case there are sensitive data shared, I can set this on private, and only the member of the chat can view the chat history within Jira. But I also can share this chat with the whole support team. So for example, when I'm absent due to illness, no information is lost, my colleagues can jump right away. They can join themselves into the chat and continue working on it. What I also can do is to choose if updates to the issue or support ticket should be posted into the chat. This is especially useful when, for example, I want to post some approvals during the process or so. So I can say, hey, I want to post this kind of notification into this dedicated chat with the customer. And yeah, with one click, the chat is created. And as you can see, the chat is now clearly linked and documented in this ticket. So no information is lost and everybody is clearly documented. When I jump back to Miriam's Teams, I can see here, there's the chat. So I, as a customer, can stay here in Microsoft Teams and continue with the support agent. I also have a tab here with all the request details. I can access the information of the ticket, see the description, all the filled out custom fields. And also here I can change the status if I want. Let me right away. Could you please schedule a meeting? And when we go back to Jira Service Management, the message should be updated here right away. Yeah. And yeah, so Miriam want to discuss this problem via meeting, and here comes another feature from our app. With our integration, it's also possible to schedule meeting within a support ticket. So here I am able to add some colleagues in case I want to invite them here. And the good thing here is that based on the Outlook calendar data, we suggested next possible time slots where every involved person in this meeting or ticket has time. And especially for bigger companies with offices around the world, it's very useful because it could be sometimes very annoying to find a suitable time slot where everybody has time. There's also the possibility to add a Microsoft Teams meeting link in case I want to make the meeting more personal or I want to share my screen. This is also possible. And yeah, also here with one click, a regular Outlook meeting request is sent out to all attendees. And here I get an information about the meeting in this ticket. And let me quickly reload it. And because I added a Microsoft Teams meeting link, also the chat of the meeting, as you can see here, is also now linked to the support ticket. So every communication which is related to this specific ticket is clearly linked, and you get all the information, and there are no data silos anymore. So everything is you can find every piece of information within this ticket. So, and at last, I want to change the status to get approval from Miriam. Let's say I have fixed the problem, and the last step is to, get approval from Miriam. And let me quickly add Miriam, say, hey, give me the approval. And when I jump back, our bot will send a card, and she don't switch to Jira Service Management or something like that. She can stay in Microsoft Teams and approve the ticket right away. And with this, the ticket is resolved. And what also is supported with our app is the customer satisfaction survey. So in case you are working with this, I, as a customer, can also rate the service without leaving the chat here. It was amazing experience. And yeah, that's it so far. Let me jump back to the presentation. This was the live demo. All right, yeah, so that's it. Of course, I couldn't show you all the features of our app, but I hope I was able to give you a good overview. Let me summarize the benefits. So with our integration and thanks to the power of chats, you are able to build a strong and personal connection between service agents and customers and increase customer satisfaction. Another advantage of our integration is that communication is much faster, especially compared to writing emails back and forth, and tickets can be resolved more quickly as a result. And last but not least, support agents no longer have to copy and paste information manually since chats are clearly documented in the support ticket. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for your attention. If there are any questions, I will happy to answer them right away. Otherwise, I would hand over to Khrystyna, who will tell you more about the integration between Power BI and Jira.
I think we'll circle back with questions at the end. So
okay,
Khrystyna, if you wanted to go over, and then we'll address the questions from there.
Yeah. Just a second. Okay, do you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so the topic of my presentation will be a bit broader because it's Atlassian and Microsoft maximize the potential of two worlds. I'm Khrystyna. I'm part of the business development team at AlphaServe. I'm partner manager there. Just a couple of words about our company. We are the Ukrainian software development company. We are already in this business for 20 years, but a few years ago, we started with Atlassian Marketplace. And in 2022, we became the Atlassian Platinum Marketplace partner. So we are apps vendors for 6 different ecosystems, even though Atlassian is our main business, but still we have apps for ServiceNow, Monday.com, Shopify, Zendesk, and a few more. And in general, we have more than 10,000 of installs of our app. I think it's much more because just yesterday we reached the number of 10,000 for our main BI app, Power BI connector for Jira. But in general, all our main apps are around reports, so mostly those are BI connectors. And a few weeks ago, we became part of Tempo. Yeah, so the agenda for today's presentation is the following one. I will just shortly speak about why is it important to integrate software. Then I will have a deep dive into Jira and Power BI integration, and eventually I will make a short conclusion. So why is it important for your business to integrate software? Because streamlines of operations reduce the manual intervention, and eventually it reduces the risk of errors. Also, the operation efficiency might be improved, and it saves your money, and you can be ahead of competitors, and you can respond much quicker to what people want. And what are the methods of software integration? How does it work? So basically, you have to establish the communication channel between two or more applications and define the rules for data exchange and processing. And there are basically two methods. The first one is API, which is very common, and the second one is custom development. Why is it important? Because it streamlines business process. It saves your time. The client satisfaction is rising, and the revenue is also increasing. So talking about the alpha source apps, actually they are about reporting. So we will start exploring BI software market, and if you take a look at this magic quadrant by Gartner, you will see that Microsoft Power BI among BI tools is obviously the leader, even though there are a lot like Tableau software, Google BigQuery, Oracle Analytics, and SAP Analytics Cloud, and we have apps for all of them, but still Microsoft Power BI is the most common tool which is used on the market, and our app Power BI Connector for Jira is also the most popular app in our portfolio. Why is it an option to integrate Jira and Power BI, and why is it the best option? Because as far as you know, there are some built-in reporting features within Jira, but those defaults and custom features, they are not enough for most of the users. So if you're using Power BI as a reporting tool, it will give you more opportunities. Like, for example, you can filter Jira custom fields, so you don't have to extract all the data from your Jira. You can choose the one you want. Also, you know that almost all the Jira instances, they support additional apps. So using Power BI, you can also extract the data from those apps. Also in Power BI, you can get the combined report on multiple Jira projects. Also, you can use a lot of different data sources in a single analytics. For example, there are companies who use Jira ITSM, ServiceNow, then Zendesk simultaneously, and you can get the data from all of those ITSMs, or you can combine it with your CRM and financial management software. Also, the Power BI dashboards, which are available in Power BI, they look much better than just Jira charts. Also, the reports can be automatically updated in Power BI, and you can share those reports with non-Jira users of your company. For example, you have the stakeholders who are not using Jira on their daily basis, but still they would like to see the report because they are the decision makers. So it means that you can easily share the Power BI report with them. So what are the integration options between Jira and Power BI? The most common is a REST API method, but there are a couple of disadvantages of this method because you have to be a technical person. You have to have technical expertise in order to use this one, so it's not for everyone. Also, you can use the CSV files, but I won't call it like the integration option. It's just like one-time method because obviously you cannot do it on a daily basis. You cannot do it if you have a huge team because it's just a lot of manual work. Also, you can use the Atlassian data lake, which was introduced recently, but you have to remember that this is not for everybody. This option is available only for enterprise level customers, and also this method doesn't support the additional add-ons, and as I told, all the Jira instances, usually they support some other add-ons. And the last method is the Power BI connector for Jira, which is actually our app. So that's how it looks on the marketplace. And as I told, yesterday or day before, we reached 10,000 of installs, and this app is available for Jira Cloud and for Jira Data Center, and we call it a no-code Power BI Jira integration. So what are the key features of this app? First of all, as I told, it's a no-code data export. So we call it like one-click data export. You don't need to have any technical skills. It's very easy. So like anyone in your team can do that. Also, we have the custom data export. It means that you don't have to extract everything which is in your Jira instance, all the data. You can just choose whatever you want. You can apply various filters based on the project you want, including basic and JQL. Also, we have the dashboard templates, which are available in Power BI, and they are free for both Jira Cloud and Jira Data Center. We have the automated data relationships, which means that we have a list of supported add-ons, and I will talk about this on the next slide. Also, have the scheduled refresh. It means that you can get the actual data and you can set the refresh manually or schedule it for some time. For example, you want to have your report every day at 8 a.m. So it's possible with our app. And the last feature is that we have the ensured data security. So it means that you can manage permissions who can use this app. So not everybody in your team or in your company have to work on the reports, and obviously not everyone has to have access to some set of information or data. So you can give permissions to your to the users, and also our app supports the data residency program. So it means that your data will be located within the specific regions which you want, and it includes 2 locations in Europe, Ireland and Frankfurt, and also United States of America, Australia, and Singapore. So talking about the supported add-ons, those are not all of them. We have I think 12 add-ons for Jira Cloud and 20 for Jira Data Center. This is just an example because those are the most commonly used, but in general, this is our idea to add more add-ons. And if we have a request for the customer, if they want to extract the data for any specific add-on they are using within their Jira instance, our development team might start working on that, and we can add this add-on to this list. Talking about the app in particular, we had a really good growth in the last 2 years because 2 years ago we had around 5,000 of installs. Now we have around 10,000. We have a market share of 78% this year. Also, our app was recognized as App of the Month by Blended Perspective in 2022. And right now, I mean, the data is based on January 2024. This app is number 3 fastest growing app, paid app on the Atlassian marketplace. According to Contagix, I will show you this table. Yeah, this graph, you can see it here, that we are number 3 fastest growing app. And we have really customers from all over the world, like all the countries which use Jira. We have customers in all of the countries. Yeah, talking about the Power BI dashboard templates for Jira, those are the list of the one which are available, and we are working on more and more of them. Yeah, I will just show you quickly how does it look like. For example, this is the Jira project dashboard. So here you can see the total issues, number of total issues, the current done issues, the issue by status, by type, by priority, the project progress, and open issues reports. Yeah, this one is also for Jira service management dashboards. You can see the total created issues. Again, open issues by status, by type, by priority. Yeah, I mean, everything is pretty clear here, so no need to spend much time here. This one is for Jira sprint dashboard, so you can choose the sprint, the start, the end date, the original estimate. Again, issues by category, by priority, and time which was spent on every issue by type. This one is a Jira time work report. Also, you can choose a project. You can see how many hours were spent, and you can like see users and how much time they are spending on on the report on the projects. This is a cumulative flow diagram. Also, you can see which issues are done, in progress to do. And this is the overall view on the project, so you can see the projects by priority and by type, and the list of the projects and stuff like that. Yeah, and talking about the new features which were added to our connector this year, the most important ones are the Power BI report gadget for Jira dashboard. So it allows users to monitor Power BI reports based on Jira data within the Jira platform. So in other words, you can extract your data from Jira into Power BI, and then you can extract it back to Jira, and so Jira users could easily have access to that. And also the Atlassian data residency support, as I told, yeah, customers can choose where their data will be stored in the specific geographical locations. Yeah, just to before the end, I would like to say that even though we are talking about the integration of Jira and Atlassian and Microsoft right now, I just want to let you know that as our BI connectors is our main apps, we have also a Tableau connector for Jira, BigQuery, Oracle Analytics connector, SAP Analytics Cloud connector, and SQL connector. So in case Power BI is not your BI tool, and you are using something else for your reporting needs, you can also use any of those connectors which are available in our portfolio, and this is the QR code to check them. Yeah, and I think it's almost all from my side, and just to conclude everything I have said, a lot of companies, they want to have a broader picture on everything what is going on, I mean, in terms of their projects and the productivity of their team. And Jira is obviously a very good source of the data for IT companies. And on the other side, Microsoft Power BI is the best tool which is available on the market for reporting, and it's the most commonly used tool, and it's on the market for a long time. So I think when you are using those two tools, I mean Jira and Power BI, it will give you the opportunity to get your report in the most desirable and the most logical way. And I think this method is like the most effective which exists right now on the market. Yeah, so actually, this is everything from my side. Thank you for your attention. And here is a QR code if you want to book a live demo session with our technical support team, and if you want to have a real deep dive into this, how does it work? Yeah, you can do that, and they would be happy to help. Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much, Khrystyna. Okay, so I think as far as questions and those kind of things are concerned, Patrick, I saw that you were quite active in answering some questions there. So I think you've just having a quick look to see if there's any questions that haven't been responded to. But I think that's all good. But we might go to some kit questions in a moment. But I guess yeah, so we've got the most recent one here for Khrystyna. Is there any capability in Power BI to link data between multiple systems concurrently, like Jira and typical ERP, to match, say, costing data?
Yeah, I think there is a possibility, and that's like also the advantage of using Power BI, because you actually can extract data from a lot of different systems and yeah, get like a consolidated overview of everything, and get a report on that.
So, cool. Sorry, just clarification on the chat question. It was a Power BI connector. Not sure if that changes the answer. Cool. So we've got a couple of raised hand questions then. So Vivek.
Yep. Thanks, Christian and Patrick, for the awesome demo. I just had one question regarding the connectors. So how are those priced? Like, is it based on the number of users those are in Jira active, or is it just usage wise, like the number of APIs you call and all those stuff?
Yeah. So Jira Cloud, basically Jira Cloud apps like Power BI Connector or Microsoft 365 or Jira are priced based on the maximum users of the Jira products on your instance. I wrote it also in the chat. So for example, if you have 50 users in Jira Software and 10 support agents, you have to pay the higher user amount. So for example, in this example, the 50 users price. But for example, to use the service desk integration in Microsoft Teams, you don't need to have an active Jira license. You only need a customer user within Jira Service Management.
Okay, so that's basically one customer for JSON, right? License.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's answered my question. Thanks, Patrick.
You're welcome.
I'm just gonna, because Kit's busy riding wherever he's riding, it looks like it's on a bike path. But I'll just quickly ask, so he said, leaving a question for later. Kit is interested in your opinions on Atlassian's preference for Slack. It feels like it's become much softer in the last year or two, ... Do you guys have an opinion on that?
I don't know. I mean, Atlassian is using heavily Slack, so Microsoft Teams is not the preferred tool for communication internally. So I think all the development is focusing on the integration between the Atlassian world and Slack. And for example, the AI capability is already released for a Slack in case of Jira Service Management, virtual agent, and not yet released for Microsoft Teams. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is answering your question, but yeah, we see that the whole focus on the integration development on the Atlassian side is focusing on Slack.
So, cool. Any questions from anyone else? If anybody's posted anything in the chat that's missed or you need a clarification, anything further before we wrap up? Nope. All right, cool. Well, so everyone, thank you very much for joining our session. It's been a really great turnout. We posted, so what we'll do is after this, we'll share, information that we've shared in the chat. We'll also post this on the ACE Brisbane YouTube channel as well. So if you if you missed it or missed some pieces and you wanted to jump back, you'll be able to see it there. Once again, share with all your friends as well, as they do on the socials. But look, everyone, so Patrick, Khrystyna, thank you so much for coming along to our ACE and presenting and showing us the awesomeness of Microsoft and Jira talking together. So
thanks for having us.
Cool. Have a great afternoon,
have a great day,
Australia people, and great day for you guys. So thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye all.